I can picture also this, now that I think about it. I can't even do it. Okay, well, it would be a hot mess. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and I'm a 3rd grade teacher in North Carolina. So we are back in action today. Today was a fantastic day. I did sleep in a little. I did that thing where you like wake up to your alarms, but then I shut them all off. I'm like, oh, I could sleep a little bit longer, but then I like stopped all of them. So I shot out of bed and luckily it was only 6:11. So I've been getting to school by 6:20 and I got here today at 7:05. I don't have to be here till 7:15, but it has been nice to be here early. So whatever, that's fine. I did stop at Starbucks though, since I didn't have time to make breakfast. So I got their roasted red pepper egg bite things and then a nitro cold brew. And gosh, I felt so much more awake today. So I need to drink coffee again. I mean, let's be honest. Yesterday I was just exhausted. I did do a little shopping yesterday though. I don't know, I just went to Target and went to Dollar Tree. I'm looking for something to be a tidy tub like I talked about yesterday. And I thought I came across the best thing ever, but it's not. I'm probably gonna end up returning all this, but I do have some good ideas. So let me share with you what I found and then let me know what you guys think. I am gonna go to Target again today and search for what I really want. Anyway, let me show you so that it starts to make sense. So I went to Target, I saw this bin, and I'm like, this would be ideal for small group. What we did for summer school is we ended up putting the books and the lesson plan or whatever in a bin and we just like stacked it one in front of the other. Well, my problem with guided reading is not having my materials prepped. So I thought this was awesome because I could do the same thing there, but with the dividers that it comes with, I could stick them in and have week 1, week 2, week 3, and it would just be nicely organized. And it's like a skinny bin, which would fit the smaller guided reading books. Fantastic. So I love that. But these bins are hard to come by now that I waited so long. So I'm kind of just grabbing every one I could find. I went to so many different Targets yesterday. I'm definitely going to stick with this idea. I'm gonna be still on the lookout. The bin would end up sticking out the tiniest bit. Target needs to resize these bins because even on like these bookshelves, they hang off the edge so much. And it's like, I don't want it to sit like that. But anyway, this idea I'm sticking with, okay? When I saw this color, I thought it's what I've been missing in my life. And I was so excited. The bins that I have like this for my library, I haven't had this color. I mean, I haven't had this style in this color. So I was like, oh my goodness, now it'll go with my pink and yellow because these are the colors around my room, right? Wrong. I mean, you can see from here, the shade is too light. I thought it was perfect. It's too light and it's a lot more like green toned, I would say. And I don't like that it doesn't match. Especially when I do have those bins back there. Those are from Hobby Lobby. And I had the mini version of them in my library. Like that color is just too different. I don't know, it might not bother some of you, but it bothers me just because it does match so perfectly that tone, and I love that tone. I mean, I love this one, but it's just too light. So I thought I hit the jackpot. I was gonna get 4 of these bins. I got a turn-in bin. I was on a roll, but I might end up returning them. I don't know. I'll hold on to them for now. Then I went to Dollar Tree, and since I wanted tidy tubs, I found the mini trash cans that are a lot bigger than I remember, and like that color is spot on. Those match perfectly. However, what I would do is I would have it on there and It's just not, I mean, I would put Velcro on it, but it's just too much. It's not worth the cute little design. I thought I could have a box of tissues and the trash can at every single table group, but I just don't like the size of it. I'd rather have a shorter, wider bin. So I think I'm gonna go old school, like my sticker bin that I showed you guys yesterday, and just get 4 of those and return these, especially because it's like that. See, those tones don't match. I'm gonna go ahead and return these now, because even if I do keep these bins, I don't like the trash can. I just don't. It's adorable, but I can picture also this, now that I think about it. I can't even do it. Okay, well, it would be a hot mess. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. So like I said, those were all of my finds. I literally traveled to like 3 different cities, towns, I don't know, yesterday. It's okay, it was like a 30-minute radius. I used to do that when the Target dollar spot was originally like filled day 1. I'll either get like a black bin or a white bin for the top of each drawer. And it's difficult too, because those are the taller versions, since I do have the 2 smaller ones on the top. So it stands out so much more. And if I have a group of 4 desks and a group of 4 desks behind it, I feel like that section would block someone's view or something. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. Today was honestly a great day of summer school. I taught the kids today how to take a test, basically an online test, like how to annotate the questions, and then as you're reading, look at your paper and how you can use your paper as a guide. And they thought it was fun, which is awesome. So they need to finish those up, and I'll be interested to see how they do, because we did one together and then they're doing one independently, just a passage with multiple choice questions. And then we're going to do another one tomorrow. I'm gonna look for like a shorter one or something, because a lot of them have to finish the one we were doing today for morning work. So I don't know, I have to decide, because I definitely want to do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, and then they take their test Thursday. I don't want to burn them out, but I want to prep them, you know? I did want to like tackle a cabinet, which honestly I have energy, so I might start to look in that one first, and just start to go through and purge some stuff. I have like my popcorn bins from my circus classroom, those are sold all the time. It's not something I need to hold on to. They were $1. I can give them away, whatever. I just want more uniform bins. Like, I've done a very good job of utilizing the things that I have. We know this is a mess, but like when I was first buying bins, I was buying the Dollar Tree ones. And they're good and dandy, but like the clear ones, these are so much better. I want more of these, and we can't deny that these are just better. They're more appealing to the eye. You can see what's inside of them. It's great. So here's an example. I have the bins all lined in the back, and then I had these pulley things out front, which are great. But also, I just like put these here because I had these. I had these from my original classroom library, but I'm so sick of the red. So I don't know what to do. I also hate having my kids' indoor recess materials in here, because like I tried to keep them all on one shelf, but they still have to dig for them and find them, and I just need a better way to handle all of this. I have to remember that I can buy things and return them if I don't use them all or if they don't work out. So I'm gonna get back into that mindset and just really get down and dirty. What are we saying? I don't know. Look, I think I'm really, really happy that I can actually put things in my classroom where I want to again next year. Like, I don't have to have rows of desks. My carpet will be back out. Like, I love having little nooks and crannies in a classroom, breaking up different sections. Like, I literally can't wait to do that. I'll probably actually start moving all of my furniture tomorrow, I would say. I gotta be careful because I have to spread the kids' desks out for testing again. I mean, I guess I probably would have room. I wanted to put my table that's back here up against this wall. I just have design ideas, so I wanna start playing around with the furniture and moving things around. I can't get in here again after summer school until August 6th, I believe. So I wanna do as much as I can now. That way I can focus on planning then. and all the other things that come with the beginning of the year. Getting prepped for open house. We do have a date for that, so that's exciting. It's actually like a thing this year. I didn't meet most of my parents last year, like weird concept, right? I mean, we were all in the same boat. So anyway, I'm just rambling. I feel really good, but those are my new finds. Good morning, y'all. These curls have lasted me all week. It is now Thursday. I did them Sunday night. My hair just looks like a wavy mess right now. I'm gonna liven it up a little bit when I get into the classroom, but I just wanted to get to school because the longer I sat at home, the more I wanted to sleep. So I'm like, all right, gotta get moving, gotta be here. My last day teaching of the week, and I am going out with my friends later, so I can't stay as long after school. So I want to try to get some organizing done this morning. So if you want to join me, just make sure you keep on watching. So here is a before. So notice I have more of those Sterilite bins, but then I have this random popcorn container. And then I have this random huge box that I like never want to go into because I have a bunch of random craft supplies in there and I don't need it all in one box. It was originally in there just to help me move classrooms, and then it's been there for 3 years, guys. I have so many bags, like it's just a mess. I just need a better way to store things. There's a lot of posters up there that I don't use anymore. There's things for friction and stuff that were passed down to me, but I haven't used it, so I kind of just want to get rid of it. It's just taking up lots of space that is good and valuable. What I really want to focus on in this cabinet, I believe, I want this one obviously to have room for my space, my things, and then I love having my organizer here. This is awesome. I've talked about this so many times. It's linked in my Amazon store. Not the exact one anymore because it's sold out, but it's similar. But this is just extra storage for all those little things that you grab often but don't want to necessarily put like completely away. Like I have my hot glue gun here with the charging cord. This is a wireless hot glue gun, so I will link this below as well. But the glue sticks, which I barely have any left, are in there. My label maker with label cartridges and stuff is in here. Envelopes in case I need those. I have like an eraser bin, a highlighter bin, my magnets, these silly things. It's just like those things that you want to always go grab but you don't have, or they're like tucked away so like you can't get to them. I have a random bin in there with extra supplies that I just need to actually put in bins like this. That way it's not one large bin. I don't need one large bin of a bunch of random things because I never go in there. This is what I have to tackle. I think it'll make me feel good if I just do that top shelf today. And then I need to buy a couple of these bins, which I haven't found them at my Big Lots recently. They have purple ones. I don't know. I might order some on Amazon. That way I can put things like this in there. Like this is like more envelopes. These are like labels and command strips and tape and Velcro and just things that I can put in these. So anyway, that is where my brain's at. I'm gonna go through, are these note cards? Like what, Brianna? What? I'm gonna go through this top shelf. Maybe I'll just do day by day, shelf by shelf. There's not that much in here. It's just big stuff that takes up a lot of space. Wish me luck. So I emptied the top shelf yesterday at the end of the day, and most of it is posters or pocket charts. So I'm going to make piles, and I don't know why all my donut border is in there, but obviously we need that. I also bought a new donut border last night. I'm really, really excited about it. It's one that I have to print from the computer though and prep. So I will probably be doing that this weekend. But I'm going to go through and make 2 piles. Things that I use, things that I could use, and things that I don't use to see what really I want to do with this. And I love that top shelf. I love this top shelf because it's higher up, so I can have all my posters lay flat, but I do have some that were rolled up from previous years. So we will see. Tell me how you guys feel about these. We don't use base 10 blocks that often, but I do like that this is set up and has the visuals. They're just a bunch of mats that were made. They're old and written on because you can, since they're laminated, you can expo marker them too. I mean, they're in a nice, neat stack. I've had them since 4th grade. I just don't pull them out that often. You know what I'm thinking, actually? I have a better place to store them. Those black buckets, which are from Big Lots, and there's actually 2 huge ones that are like the size of 2 of them, and I kind of want to buy them instead of having 4, but see, that's silly. Or I can have some to put on top of the other one too, so it matches. Anyway, not important. I have my base 10 blocks in there. I could slide these in with the base 10 blocks. That way when I use the base 10 blocks, I'll have the mats readily available. Perfect. All right, so I know everyone's going to ask, these containers are from Dollar Tree. However, I haven't found ones with 3 slots since like 4 years ago. So I'm sorry, but this was like a Michelle Ferre thing. Actually, it was probably just like a Pinterest teacher Instagram thing. So they don't fit sideways. Honestly, could trim them down. Let's see, if I cut off the red, no, see, if I cut off the red border, it still wouldn't even fit. It would have been perfect if they could just slide in, but they can't. So I'm gonna leave them in here standing up like this for now. Then we will see where I go from there. Speaking of mats, the next thing I have is these flimsy paper, like whiteboard type things that we get with our math curriculum. Now, I do like that there's number lines on them, but I mean, I haven't used that much because I've never used these in school. I have my clipboard whiteboards, which I use at school, and these we actually sent home last year for remote so kids could have a whiteboard at home. It was amazing. It was incredible because easy, simple, disposable, whatever. I think these are from the year before because I'm like, I don't need them, but I didn't want to get rid of them. I'm going to go put them in our workroom just as extras. I know we'll be getting more this year probably, so I don't want to store them in here, but if anyone needs them, they're there. If I really need them, they're there. I have made like little rectangle number lines before, so these aren't essential, you know what I mean? I went ahead and binder clipped all of this border together. I do have a box behind those black bins that I store some of my border in, but since this is currently my classroom theme, I'm just going to hang it up in my closet so that it's easily accessible. So I made this Number Talks poster a few years ago, and I'm really excited because we are in full force doing our Number Talks again this coming school year. So this will be something that I hang on my math board when it's ready to go. We do this Martin Luther King Jr. cause and effect activity every year, and so I made these anchor charts not last year but the year before, and on the bottom of them is a different photograph for each. So I save these. I should get them laminated, but then they're more difficult to store. We have this big character traits poster blown up that I use every year, so I kind of want to stack these in the order that I'll need to pull them out, because eventually these things get hung around my classroom. I have this giant 120, I guess it goes to 240. There's 2 separate posters that open up. And I was gonna get rid of it, but then I'm like, maybe that would be a really good visual for rounding. It's huge, so I wouldn't keep it out all the time, but it's a possibility. And then I have a huge, like literally huge multiplication chart. I don't know. I like it because it shows the multiplication sign in all the different ways. I also have this parts of speech poster that I've never hung in my room, but I continue to hold on to. Yes, these are important, but I also think if I want to hang those things up, then I can always print something like that I create or from TPT, you know? So it's like, why hold on to this poster? But it's flat, it's small, that's fine. Then I have these trays that we use for distributive property. We made like this whole activity for the kids to operate on the little operation guy with arrays, and they had to chop them and distribute. And so these trays are from Dollar Tree. But since that's like set up, like why get rid of them? This is also part of our PBS that goes around the room. This is my calendar, so I definitely use that. Reading is Thinking, we use every year. These posters go in my library. I'll probably make like more matchy ones. I also don't like these little characters. Like, remember when people were like obsessed with them, the melon heads, and would put them on everything? I'm just like, I don't really care about the characters. These are things that go up in my library. So more posters that I definitely use. My traffic light transitions, I definitely use. I love this. And I usually circle the ones that I want my kids to focus on while we go through it. So these are things that will be pulled out. I also have my centers board for reading. Love this. I put my kids' names in the middle here with whatever group they're in. Since their groups change up, I don't have them like permanently there, and then I hop them from like day to day. My reading centers, I usually do like one a day throughout the week. So I need to go ahead and clear this off, but then this goes in the pile of like to be hung on my bulletin boards when I'm ready to do that. One last thing before the kids get here. I went on a mission to all the Targets again yesterday to find the other blue. And I knew it was gonna be like this. The other blue is that like soft tone blue. And see on the camera, it looks like it matches. I promise it's darker. And this is the more teal. Like, see how these two are different? This one's teal, this one's more like cool toned. And so this bin is too dark. The bottom bin is too light. If I compare it to my bins over here, see, they look the same. I promise they're not the same. Darn it, I wish you guys could really truly see. This is like cool tone purpley. It's literally in between these two colors is that one. You probably think I'm crazy. I did find another one of these boxes that wasn't a terrible color. So now I just need one more. So I'll continue to be on the lookout. These bins don't fit two across anyway. And then when I do it this way, they hang off, and I do not like the look of that. So last year I just had like one, and I just don't like that color. I love this color so much more. So that's the update on that. Oh, I did also return the little trash cans, and I got the regular locker bins like I wanted. These are little, actually a lot bigger than my sticker bin. I'm also going to check out like Dollar General's, because that's just huge. I mean, it fits, which is nice, but I really wanted black. I feel like the white is just like, wha-bam. It's better than the trash can. It also looks even bigger because I have 4 stacked together. So Dollar Tree, you can't return things. You can only exchange them, which is fine because you can always find items that you need. So I have those. And yes, I put my hair up already, but the kids are about to come in, so I will catch up with y'all after school. I am gonna go ahead and take those multiplication numbers down and start wiping off my students' names. I write them on there, not with Sharpie, not with Expo, vis-a-vis. Good, trusty vis-a-vis. That way they don't wipe off easily with Expo. They're not too difficult to get off with Sharpie. This is the perfect in-between. Hey y'all, it is the end of the day, and it's actually the end of the first week of summer school. That was awesome. It honestly went so much smoother than I imagined, and I've really, really, really enjoyed it. Like, so much. I love it. So, I want to move my furniture around so bad, but I know that's just not a good choice right now. I have anchor charts up everywhere around the walls, just everything we've been learning, and I don't want to take it down yet. I also need to spread out the kids' desks next week for testing, so I'm just gonna leave it, and I have to push myself to continue the project of that cabinet over there. I actually did go ahead and take my multiplication numbers down a little bit this morning while the kids were working on their morning work, and I cleaned all of my students' names off of those from last year, so that's nice because that's ready to go. I don't know if I'll put them on there again. Probably, just because that's an easy place and it covers the space nicely. I did just ask my principal about moving these boards down, and he said he can put in a work order and make it happen. So I will eventually need to move my furniture to make it happen. But I should also probably take down at least the border on this pink board so that it doesn't get destroyed. A lot of it needs to be replaced anyway because it's been up for 2 years and it's been torn a little bit. This is where my library was 2 years ago. That's so weird. That is so weird that my library was in this corner. Like, I don't remember having a classroom library almost in this room because it was so short, you know? Because before I was in this room, I was up the hallway. Enough rambling. I'm going to take everything out of that cabinet so I have no excuse, and then as I'm thinking through things, I'll let you guys know. There's a lot of bins that I want to purchase, so I'll probably like make a list of like sizes of things that I think would be good for what I'm trying to do over there. I also have really big manipulative kits. Those two came with our new math program, and there's a lot of, why are we on manual focus? And there's a lot of materials in there, actually a majority of them that I already have my own of, so I haven't broken into them. I want to keep them in the boxes, but like, I don't want them to sit on top of my cubbies. I'd rather have them stored away and then just keep like an inventory of what I have in there prepared. So actually what I really want to do when I go through my files is I want to make a list on the front of each standard, like what manipulatives I have that go with it. That way I don't forget, because when you get into the swing of things, you don't always think of it, you know? It looks like this box ended up being my extra supplies from the beginning of last year. So there's a bunch of random things in here, mostly pencils. I'm gonna keep all of my pencils in here. I think I'm gonna pull out the sharpened ones. I hate to keep them in this box, but I have this box full of unsharpened pencils. Like, your girl I need to go change my supply list and take one, because we're asking for 2 packs of pencils. I only need to ask for 1. I'm gonna pull the glue sticks out and the erasers out and put them in one of those bins, just so they're prepped and ready, and see if I can maybe eliminate this box. I also have this box here with like resharpened pencils that need to be sharpened. Actually, these are dull pencils. We got a smorgasbord. I had a bunch of old Tootsie Rolls in here, so I just dumped those in the trash. They're rock hard. I need to get rid of these popcorn buckets. I was making use of them, but I don't want to use them. I also don't really want this pink XOXO little cup. So there's a lot happening. I have a bunch of extra t-shirts that were donated when we did tie-dye, but I held on to them. Well, 1, they were donated, and 2, for future years. So I'll have to find a place to store those. And then this morning, I kind of just ended up putting everything that I wanted to keep back up here. I mean, I really want this to be the poster shelf. So like the things on top, like these are gonna be hung up, these are gonna be hung up. So I think if I could see this nice stack, I have maps for social studies that I want to hang up, but as long as it's in my view, then I will remember it. I don't want it covered by random things. I also have this black file folder wall hanging thing that one of you sent me from my Amazon store a few years ago, and I've been looking for it, so I'm so excited to hang that back up. This shelf is clear, so that's what I'm working with. See, and this one doesn't have a lot on it either. Guys, there's another box of pencils. Help me. This box has all Velcro in it, so like that's one that I can put in a different container. And then these are like materials. Actually, a lot of these are old time for kids from my coworker. And then materials that we use for centers or games every year that we made for the grade level stay in here and in that blue bucket in the back. So I can weed things out of there. Probably condense it all into one bin because I don't really need those time for kids anymore. We get Scholastic News all the time, and these are super old. We'll see. I can also save those for when we do text features and cut apart the magazines. Maybe I'll make a stack for that. And then this stuff, it's mostly big, so this will be easy to clear out. Oh, that looks beautiful. Erasers have been cut, so I can officially take these off of my supply list. If you don't cut your pink big erasers in half, I highly suggest it, because when you're erasing, I mean, you only need this little nub, right? And it's big enough that it's not that easy to lose. So I've been doing this for years and I love this. The kids do beg for cap erasers. I understand that it's easy to flip your pencil over, but I feel like cap erasers end up becoming toys. They stack them on top of each other. They fall all over the floor. They bounce around. And then if you're like pressing hard, it breaks and then it doesn't even work because it's too thin. So I just prefer pink erasers, especially the pink pearl ones, of course. So I just cut them with my scissors. Was a little scared I was gonna break my scissors a few times, but now I have plenty for the entire year. I do keep them in these black buckets. These are from Big Lots a few years ago. The top doesn't actually like snap or anything, though it's really easy for the kids to access it. This is part of their student materials. So they're in there ready to go. When we have the first day of school, I will have them already sorted in their pencil boxes. I also went ahead and emptied both of these buckets out of unsharpened pencils. So this big bin is unsharpened pencils from over the years. I separated the black ones. I want to keep those at my teacher table just so, I don't know, when kids come to my table, they're my pencils, they don't mix them up. Not that it would really be that big of a deal, but it would be fun. Oh my gosh, it's a teacher table pencil. That's that. I still have, and that side is some that are still in packages that are sharpened. I still have these that like have been used, so I don't know. I don't want to mix them all together just yet. I guess technically, since these have been used, they need to be sharpened too. Used pencils are so ugly. I think I had 2 packs of pencils on my supply list. I'm definitely going to remove one of them. And so this is very helpful to know. So now I have this cleared bin and then that cleared bin. I need to make a list of different bins I need. Like, these popsicle sticks are great in these containers, but I would love matching containers. All right, so I made a note of some kinds of bins that I don't have yet that I would like just to keep, just to keep in mind, and then changes to make to my supply list. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stick around, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on Instagram. I have been keeping up with that every day. I also post additional things on there that I don't always talk about on YouTube. I am going to head out and I will see you all tomorrow, next time, whatever. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Bye.